Hey guys, welcome back to another pick a card, and today we will be discussing what's your current reputation. So it will be more a temporary report, so take that into consideration. We have Empress and Emperor, so pick one of these and we will check your current reputation. So Empress pile 1, Emperor pile 2. So for those who chose this Empress, let's see on your current reputation. What's your current reputation? So pile 1, there's Ten of Pentacles reverse, so it can kind of be trouble in marriage, it can be trouble with traditionalism, perhaps for some of you, just be watchful if you are kind of indulging third parties, that kind of things quickly spreads around. But we do have the Page of Wands here, so it is a bit devilish vibe is what I would say. So of course we do have this world, so you are very open-minded, very worldly when it comes to especially convictions about lovers, relationships, about how one should connect in all of their significant connections, not just romantically and so on. But we do have Ten of Swords here, so maybe you cause some endings, maybe you are in a phase of some kind of ending in your life. We also have Ten of Swords and Five of Swords, so take that how it resonates, but it usually denotes kind of losing some people in your life, however it's for the good or something like that. So maybe you are known as somebody who is kind of trying to clear your friendship circle or something like that. I just feel like you have this reputation of someone who is quite well accepted, even though you are kind of against certain traditional conceptions and norms with this Ten of Pentacles reversed. This denotes the type of a personality that often irritates like insular small town people and so on. Because I do feel like there's something about you where you are in some kind of an environment where any kind of deviation from the norm is quickly kind of mocked and so on. So whatever it is that you are currently exuding in a way with the Eight of Wands reversed, it does create certain sense of reaction in the others, like you are very noticeable currently, so there's that. But there is this Fool and Page of Wands. This is reckless, childish energy, so for some of you, maybe you are even older or more mature, however you still have this reckless, childish energy to you, or you don't take things overly seriously or something along those lines. So people feel like you're someone who just lives for the day with the Ten of Swords. However, for you it makes a lot of sense. Like I do feel like for a lot of you, you truly are in the present moment and you don't think as much about the future or something along those lines. We have a Nine of Pentacles. For a lot of you, you have a lot of personal success. However, maybe you aren't in the phase of, I don't know, being conservative with things and saving and so on. Some of you are in the mentality of I can die tomorrow, or in, I don't know, in a month and I haven't even lived, or something along those lines. Or at least recently you caught some kind of vibe where you want to experience some of your abundance, or you want to, right, get some gratification, an immediate one. So you're striving to get some, how do I say, some immediately rewarding experiences is what's your current reputation. However, with this Nine of Pentacles, people feel like you're someone who doesn't really need people. You kind of tolerate them in your life. Eight of Cups is here for as long as they are helpful, useful, or for as long you can make some kind of logical sense from them being in your life. So you're kind of in a pretty aloof mode. But this Eight of Cups can denote some kind of an enlightenment and like isolation, to seek some form of inner catharsis, right? So people could be feeling, and Lovers is here for some of you, that you are isolating with the lover. There is this. So just know that, like, if you are often isolating or going to some kind of solo trips, people could be speculating that you are with a lover or something like that. They are wondering what's your state of affairs. And then with the Emperor reversed, this could be problems with your husband, problems with your father figure. There's something happening with with that patriarchal figure in your life. So maybe you are taking some kind of a breather with the Eight of Cups, like to think about what to do with your father, or what to do with your husband, or how to approach this, I don't know, life phase with your father or with your husband. Or Emperor can even be a boss, for some demanding boss. So some of you are in the phase of really trying to cope with some pressures with demanding bosses and something like that. Maybe you're considering leaving the job, and so this could be portion of your current reputation, or like leaving a portion of the career sphere of your life. So there's that. We have strong Aries, Gemini, Pisces signs here present, and some Saturnian, Capricorn and Aqua. Yeah, but I just feel like for you guys with the Five of Swords, there has been some kind of sabotage going on with your money, with your finances. Definitely for most of you at the work front, things are not really as supportive as they used to be in a way, and you are really seriously considering ending a phase, ending a pattern, a behavior, something that's kind of making things harder than they have to be in a way. But let's see what else. Temperance reversed is here, and Page of Wands. So people could be seeing you as this person who is really all in with the world. We have card of completion when it comes to some kind of creative project, or when it comes to something with regards to your kid. If you have a kid, people feel like you are very invested, however you are, or that you are very invested in wanting to have a kid or children or something along those lines. And for the others, it will pertain to your creative outputs, is what I would say. And yeah, just the things you create in your daily routine in a way. So there's that. But then Lovers are here with the Fool. Some people may view you as someone slightly uncommittal when it comes to love and romance, with the Emperor reversed. Not really wanting to get into a deep commitment, or not really feeling like you are partner material maybe yet, or maybe not before you leave something, perhaps a demanding boss type of a situation, or like demanding business or professional sphere of life type of a situation. So it's like something is unsettled in your life, which is making you feel unable to dedicate your time and energy and resources to the relationships, and in general, to some kind of interpersonal dynamics with others. So you are preoccupied with the practicality. So, but for some of you, you are known as this single person, or if you are in a relationship, people feel like you don't have the spirit of a person in a relationship, or that your vibe is that of a single person or something like that. Hey, but if you like this little report, give it a little like so that it reaches more people. Then world is here and temperance reverse. People feel like you are immensely well-traveled person, or perhaps even for some of you that you could be overdoing it. We have two cards of travel, so we have Fool and the World. So something is excessive when it comes to your travels, or maybe they are slightly on the extravagant side, or maybe you spend more than others on the travels, or you go more frequently, or some of you have recently slowed down your travels, and so people are kind of wondering what's with that. But I'm getting, for some you are accruing money, like saving money for something, so you are traveling less, or there's some kind of a big goal in the background of your mind that nobody else knows. However, it's kind of directing certain behaviors that you have, and so on. So this is something that people are kind of viewing as the part of your reputation currently. And then Ten of Swords is here, and Five of Swords. I just feel like you ended a lot of dysfunctional connections in your life, or you are about to, and people kind of sense this vibe of, how do I say, reckless work on your sense of peace and self-confidence and self-importance, by ditching whatever wouldn't be considered the contributing part of that, right? So yeah, but I feel like I'm gonna conclude it here for the pile. I hope you guys enjoyed this little report. If you did, see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Empress here. Let's see, what's your current reputation? What's your current... people feel like this pile that you downsized when it comes to something, or you kind of opted for some kind of more economical version of something, or you could be upgrading your life in such a way with the Four of Pentacles, which will enable you to, how do I say, be more secure long term, or something. Maybe you are ditching some temporary pleasures in order to feel kind of more abundant long term, is what I'm sensing. So there's that. Then we have Lovers, and we have Nine of Pentacles. So Basically, this is card of relationship and being in a relationship, and this is card of kind of remaining single. So for some of you, you have a choice now, or you will be having one soon of whether to embrace a relationship or to remain kind of single with the Nine of Pentacles, or potentially even for some of you, like whether to stay in a relationship or to opt to be single and start all over again. In a way, some of you are choosing between two different versions of healing is what I would say. For Swords here denotes healing, Lovers is a choice. So it can be something along the lines, do I go for, I don't know, alternative means, or do I go with the traditional medicine, or it can be whatever, like do I do like energetic healing, or do I focus more on the physical and on my nutrition and things I ingest in a way. So there will be some kind of a choice when it comes to your healing, right? So, or when it comes to improving some sense of wellness in your biological vehicle. So there's that. Then I'm getting for you guys with the Queen of Cups. So this is an archetype of emotionally available, loving person, and Ten of Wands is here. Maybe you did a lot of psychological work on yourself. Some of you did a lot of work to be a good counselor, healer, because it's all in correlation with this Four of Swords card of healing. To be a good counselor, healer, or therapist of some kind, or maybe to be a good parent. Maybe you did some kind of inner work to be a better parent for some. Let me see what else we have. And as I said, this Queen of Cups, it kind of denotes an emotional fulfillment. So it's one of those archetypes which are kind of connected with sense of spiritual well-being and, you know, emotional wellness. So this is how people see you currently, and the Three of Cups is here. So there has been some kind of celebratory energy around you recently. People loved how you were there. Like, let's say if it was a baptism or something like that, you were amazing. Like, people loved your vibe, your outfit, your whatever it is that happened recently. So there's something about you and your energy and your charisma in some kind of recent celebratory event as portion of your reputation currently. But then I also feel like with this World card, this is giving me something about mindset, right? I feel like as a person you have a very nuanced way of thinking. So when it comes to you, you don't easily relate to many people or something along those lines. And Three of Cups is here, so maybe you don't have that many friends. Four of Pentacles card of lack about this Three of Cups. So we do have some significant signs, potentially downsizing when it comes to your friends or amount of friends or something like that. That will definitely make sense for somebody. But as I said, due to way you think, due to way you mentally process things, I feel like your time is much better spent if you are more alone, you are more productive, you are more energized, you heal faster with this Four of Swords card. And then Two of Wands reversed and the Fool. Let me just see. Fool does initiate some kind of a new beginning. Two of Wands reversed is kind of mistake that you regret. I do feel like for some of you, and Three of Cups is card of reconciliation. So for some of you, you have reputation of someone trying to reconcile things with your ex, trying to get back together with your like ex-husband, ex-wife, ex-flame. It can even be for some like ex-working environment, or you could be reconsidering like working again with some people, working again at a certain line of job, or there's something about some kind of fresh or renewed or repetitive cycle when it comes to work. Maybe you are considering working somewhere again, or for some of you, you simply miss certain aspects of some kind of past job, or some person that was in your life, or something along those lines. But let's see what else. But people know you as a peacemaker, but I would also say then this Four of Pentacles is here. So I do feel like for a lot of you, your giving has to be really earned, or Queen of Cups, you are very selective. This is Queen of Cups is someone who is very selectively emotional. So you don't overpour when it comes to your emotions, but when you do pour, I feel like it really flows in a way. So there's that about you. Hey, but if you like this little report, give it a little like so that it reaches more people. There's something about farming, agriculture, so I feel like for some of you, that's a portion of your reputation, or for sports is here, so you may have like some kind of countryside home, or something that you are working on the countryside, or you are maybe considering like renewing something at the countryside, renewing a house, whatever this is. But for a lot of you, people feel like you are not this materialistic person, but like you are still overflowing with the abundance. There's still so many things that are abundantly beautiful in your life currently. There's something about that. Some of you know how to do coffee reading. For some reason I'm getting that. Or like you will learn this at some point. I don't know why. This card is giving me something about that. Yeah, like reading from tea leaves and coffee and something along those lines. Let's see what else. But then there's this sense of boldness with regards to you guys. However, maybe you grew to be more, how do I say, more considerate and measured as time passes. So there's something about you not being so reckless anymore, and being much more calculated when it comes to making certain long-term decisions and moves. Because Two of Wands reverse definitely denotes that someone heavily regrets some kind of decision in your past. And we have all been there, right? There was maybe something, some kind of point in your past that you would gladly erase, and you would do whatever you can for it to not be in your memory any longer, or something like that. So you could even be doing some kind of deep shadow work, or like deep inner emotional work to undo emotional damage from some sort of an experience or something like that. But I do feel like for a lot of you, you have a certain event or a certain connection, or certain trauma where you divide your time, like before this and after this. And so I do feel like if you are doing any kind of inner work, it will pay off heavily, especially because you have to be with the soulmate. And this person will be very grateful for the inner work that you did. Your relationship will be flowing much more freely. When it comes to sign, we have Cancer, Saturn, so Capricorn and Aqua, and Pisces and Gemini. So those signs can be relevant to you with regards to something. But let's see what else. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to complete it here for the pile. I hope you guys enjoyed this little report. If you did, see you in the next one as well. Bye bye.